but I'm going to check my Facebook page just to make sure. This would be streaming to both my Facebook profile and my YouTube channel. And I just want to see that this is actually working. Okay, yes it is. Okay, do we have audio? Okay. Yes. Hopefully this one won't lag. Okay, because I did a recent live stream and found out that the video was totally lagging. So anyway, I troubleshot that by going to Restream YouTube, and they had the solution for it. So hopefully this is working. Anyway, greetings everyone. I'm in my office studio and got this piece, okay, believe it or not, by listening to this tape, all right, a particular song on here by George Jones. This is called Super Hits. His 1974 song, Country, Celebrity. His 1974 song of Grand Tour. Now it's a country song. The other day, I don't know, for some reason, oh yeah, I know what it was. I was watching the George and Tammy series, George Jones, Tammy Wynette series, that's on TV now. And having watched it and seen that particular episode, he went into the studio after his breakup with Tammy. Well, according to the episode anyway, that he went into the studio and sang the song. Okay, that was the timeline in the episode. The biographical truth of that, though, however, is he came up with this song about a year before him and Tammy split up. But online it says, little did he know that he was probably predicting his own separation and divorce from Tammy. Okay, now anyway, so when I think this is the first time I ever heard him sing the song, or first time I ever heard the song, Grand Tour. And the person portraying him, what's his name? But anyway, and he's a great actor, I should look that up too. But anyway, the guy who plays George Jones played the co-star in Machine Gun Preacher. If you've never seen that movie, I highly suggest watching that. Anyway, so I heard the song, and another person who lives here says, "Hey, I have that tape, right, with the song on it." And this is actually reproduction about 1987. CBS Studios owned the copyright at the time. I don't know who does now, but anyway, I liked the song so much. I came downstairs and I popped it in my tape recorder, which is hooked up to my interface, and I recorded it into my music or audio recording software. Okay, here in my little studio, and I worked on it a bit and really didn't have to do much. I was able to enhance the audio a bit, being in an old tape that it is. It sounds great right now, as a matter of fact, because of that. It already sounded great, but it sounds even a little bit better now. It's cleaned up a little bit. I wanted to accompany it, so I started tickling the ivories. And I did, actually, though the song doesn't need a thing added to it, it's perfect as it is. I still wanted to accompany it, see if I could, learn something, see what it would sound like with a little tickling the ivories in there myself. So I did. I had just a very short piece of an intro where on the song he comes out, where on the song he just comes out only with him singing the lyrics, no instrumental music at the time. Then he sings the first line and they come in with the piano. He sings the second line, they come in with the piano. Then he goes into the song. Okay, furthermore into the song and follows through. Well, it was right at the very beginning before his vocals where they didn't have anything. That's where I tickled the ivories and added a little bit of piece to it, just for my own entertainment. Okay, so I actually made a video about that the other day. And Now, I don't own the copyright to this. This is for educational purposes. They say if you do that, you're not copyright infringing if you state that. So I'm trying to share something about music and how to compose and everything. I have a number of things going on here. Okay, so first of all, I want to share with you. Let's see here if I can first go to this right here before before my after my piano piece. Let's see.
Step right up.
Okay, so we're going to go there without the piano. This is actually the original beginning of the song. Okay, let's go back. Let's see if I can do this.
Step right up.
Yeah, there it is.
Step right up.
Okay, now you hear my piano in there a little bit, but if you disregard that. So here's how the song actually starts.
Step right up.
Then their piano.
Come on in.
Okay, so his singing, their piano. I think, let's see, try that again.
Step right up.
Then, right as he's coming in with the second line, I added another piano piece. I should have saved the original audio of just his track, and I forgot to do that, but I can redo that later. So,
step right up. Come on in.
So, I accompany, you can hear that my piano on the second line, come on in, you can hear my piano, okay? Now, my piano was not originally there, all right? But now let's go back to the very beginning song where I do add a piano now before he starts singing. Here we go.
Step right up. Come on in.
So you hear my piano at the start, then he sings, then they add their piano. Then as he comes in with the second line, I add a piano, okay, to accompany him singing. And he sings the second line, then their piano kicks in again, and then the rest of the music, okay? But right down in here, somewhere like right down in here, I'm not exactly sure, right down towards the end of the song, and I wanted to highlight that, but I forgot to highlight it. Let's see if I can highlight this. No, I'm not going to be able to highlight that unless I go to another desktop, and I don't do that. So anyway, if you can see my mouse in here, all right, so somewhere around in here,
there's her rings, all her things.
So right around in there is where I was working on attempting to add a little bit more. I think maybe even further down the way a little bit. But anyway, I didn't add any more of my accompaniment to the song at all whatsoever. Though I did mix that track a little bit more. Like I brought up the volume in one area. I think I lowered it in another area for my taste, you know, what I thought would help it. Though probably I'm sure that they believe they had perfection on it, and I'm sure they did. I didn't have to do anything else with the song. I didn't add any mastering effects because, of course, it's already mastered. Even though it's interesting because they record and they mix and then they master it there, right? And then they release it. They produce it and release it. Well, it's already mastered. All right. However, in one effect, I did add a stereo, okay, imager to that, and so it brought up the stereo field a little bit more. And for my taste, I liked it. Now, all right. So here is the piece that I actually came up with right here. All right. So let's solo that, and oops, not that, wrong. Solo that. Okay. Let's see here. Now, this is the piano piece that I came up with. If you can see this right here. All right. All right. There we are. So we're going to go to the second piece. Now, what you see here is going to be my third track. And this is what I want to talk to you about, okay, in particular. But let's go to now the second track. This is my piano piece that I actually came up with by listening towards the end of George Jones' song. I started tickling the ivories, and all of a sudden I had a piece of my own, which I did not add to his song. Of course not. But I thought that's going to be a good beginning for me for a new composition, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and play that. Here we go. I want to mute my desktop mic here. Okay, so there's some Tchaikovsky for you. Say, roll over Beethoven, tell Tchaikovsky I'll be back or whatever. It's like, roll over Beethoven. So it's like, I say, roll over Beethoven, tell Tchaikovsky I'll be back. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger back, but Bach, also the composer, Bach, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven. Okay, so now I come up with this type of Tchaikovsky or Beethoven or whatever type song. All right. Let's go back. Let's stop this here. Go back to the beginning. All right. So I came up with that. All right, because I like that. I like variety of genres, including orchestral music and such. All right, that being said, now let's go into this part right here. So right here, and I want to make sure that my mic is still playing and everything. I do believe, yeah, okay, we're good. I want to make sure my mic is. Yep, we're good. Okay, I had to make sure I unmuted my desktop mic because I've muted it before and talked and forgot to unmute it during video. So anyway, so what is this, my friends? This is. Believe it or not, that's an orchestral. That's an image of an orchestral hall. Okay, like you're looking at a shell, like you're sitting outside the outside orchestral halls, like they have in California or whatnot, and you got the shell. It reminds me of Fred Flintstones. Remember, they got the shell, and everything, and that's where the symphony will play, and the orchestra will play, or the band will play at these shells type things, right? So that's what that is. Now, that being the case, what we have here is sections. Now, this is the BBC Symphony Philharmonic Orchestra, okay? Literally samples from them. Now, there's freestanding alone, whatever I play on the keyboard is going to be the note that those will play. But what they did, they arranged it. Like here's violins 2, violas. This is actually where they would sit. Okay, and they're arranged the way they got them arranged in symphonies, all right, or in orchestras. And then over here you have the cellos. Over here you got the bass stand-up, okay. Over here you're going to have the trumpets. Then next to them the tenor trombones. Next to them the bass trombones. Next to them the tubas. What I noticed is they didn't have no French horns in here, but I also said, well, that's okay because actually I can get the tenor trombones or the bass trombones even to sound like French horns. Okay, so tuba. Okay, so over here in the second row is going to be the piccolos. Then next to them the flutes. Next to them the oboes. Next to them the clarinets. Next to them the bassoons. All right. I can just hear what you're thinking when I say bassoons, right? Okay, no insulting anyone's intelligence. Okay, never mind. Now over here you got the horns. This is going to be, actually that is going to be a French horn. Okay, that is actually a French horn. So I'll click on that and I'll got to arm the, oops, wrong one. Wrong one. That is the wrong one. That's my piano. All right, here's the BBC orchestra right here. I do believe, okay, okay. That's actually the French horns. Now, if you listen to the trombone, sound pretty much the same. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I take that back. It's like, you know what, I should have known better. Of course, they're going to have French horns in there. My oversight. Sorry, I overlooked that one. So, yep, of course, they got it all together. Okay, sorry, BBC Orchestra. But really, this is Spitfire Audio. I want to talk about that. Here we have the harps and celestes and percussions, and the tuned percussions. The tuned percussions are going to be okay. Let's get rid of that. Here you go. Okay. Remember that song? In other words, Please be mine. In other words, so I could play that a little bit on here, come to find out. I just stumbled upon that one day. So, okay, so that's going to be the tune. This is good percussion. So, you want me to give you a sample of all these? I'm going to add some ambient wind to that. Because that gives us some sustain. That's another VST I have right there. So ambient strings is actually what it's called. So we can go here. Those are the violins, these are violas. So let's take the ambient strings off of there because they're all going to pretty much sound the same like that. So I gotta find a way to add some sustain to this because it didn't come with sustain. I'm working on it. So we got violins too, violas. Over here we have cellos, basses. These are the ones that you can hear the with the whatchamacallit that they use, the bow. All right. The cellos also have the bow. But it seems to me that the basses, the bow stands out more with the use of that. Okay, so here we got trumpets, tenor trombones, bass trombones, tuba. Let's go over to the French horns again. We'll go to the piccolos. Could be higher up on the keys. We're going to go to the flutes, oboes. Go to the clarinets, bassoons, I hear the bassoons on the more bass frequency myself when I think of bassoon. Horns, we already looked at that. Harp and Celeste. Then the percussion, I already went over that with you. So I like that. All right, so guys, this is what we got. So, oh, I know. I can add some reverb to it. That might actually help it out some. No, each one is separate. So here. All right, so anyway, now let me share with you about where this came from. Okay, BBC Orchestra. This is actually the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra, having played every single note there is on their end. It was Christian Henson. Now this is where I want to go. Okay, I want to go to, let's go here. I'm going to read this to you. Christian Henson and Paul Thompson, all right, they created Spitfire Audio, VSTs, Virtual Studio Technology Instruments, VSTIs. Born out of their shared dissatisfaction for string sample libraries, they pooled their own resources together and decided to record their own string samples and all these other samples of the orchestra, okay, at the legendary Air Studios in London, okay, with the BBC. There you can see there's Air Studios. That is the BBC Orchestra right there. Let's go take a look at studio again some more. This is behind the curtain right here at Air Studios with Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer, a famous composer, okay, and he has music in lots of different movies, or scores or whatnot. Let's go ahead and play that, a little bit of that, okay, and I'll show you more. This goes on.
If you put a musician into a great acoustic environment, they automatically will get feedback from that environment and play better.
Orchestral music was considered to be very old-fashioned, but he made orchestras cool again.
The real excitement with work.
Now that was Christian Henson talking. The first person was Hans Zimmer. That's Hans Zimmer. And the next person was Christian Henson. And that actually might be next to him, Paul Thompson. So let's go back and do this some more. All right, let's see here. Check, mic check. Okay, mute the mic again. Uh-oh. Nope, that's not what we wanted.
Orchestral music was considered to be very old-fashioned, but he made orchestras cool again.
The real excitement with working with Hans is the fact that he's very keen to push the boundaries, constantly doing something new.
He's positive. He'll go, no, no, no. Oh, I like that.
The percussion.
All right, now. All right, so I want to make sure my mic is. Stop it. I hit the Windows key again. Let me double check this technical thing. So, okay. So, so the bottom line is, this is an Hans Zimmer drums or percussion, but this is what they did with everything I just showed you, with all the orchestra, not just Hans Zimmer, okay, percussion, which is also part of Spitfire Audio, and it's a separate library and catalog you can purchase, okay, and it is a bit pricey. But this is an example of what they did with the whole orchestra. And like I showed you, for instance, these photos here, you can see the people, okay, playing, all right? And they recorded each instrument one at a time, all right? And in this case... So what was that I was just playing? Let me take a look at this again. And okay, those are the violins, right? All right, let's go to over here. I can give some tremolo to it. I give it some tremolo like that. But so this is what this is, okay? This is what this is. This is a library created by them people there at Air Studios in London, okay, by the BBC Symphonic or Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra, okay? And let's go back now to my thing here. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to here, and this is going to show you. This is actually, it says review and first look, BBC Symphony Orchestra by Spitfire Audio. Let's play some of that.
Now let's jump back in time and take a look at the BBC Symphony Orchestra. Spitfire Audio's BBC Symphony Orchestra has been the most talked about virtual instrument of 2019, and for good reason. With 55 instruments, 418 techniques, and more microphones than you could fit into your studio, there's plenty to love about the BBC SO. The BBC Symphony Orchestra has a beautiful, cohesive tone that can only be achieved by recording an entire orchestra in a single space with the right equipment. It might not be perfect, but it's an unprecedented and landmark achievement for Spitfire Audio that represents the most comprehensive all-in-one sample orchestral library to date. Hi, I'm Rayburn Johnson from Sample Library Review, and today we'll be checking out the BBC Symphony Orchestra by Spitfire Audio.
Okay, so doggone, I keep on hitting the window key with that. Hold on, just make sure my mute is unmiked. I mean my mic is unmuted again. Okay, so here, that is unmuted, is it not? Okay, here we go. La 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 la. I know I don't have anybody here with me helping me, so I have to do all this technical stuff myself, right? Okay, so my mic is unmuted. So that's what this is, okay? And you know the great thing about this, guys, this is free. They offer this whole thing for free. Now, everything they have is not free, okay? But this particular piece is free, and I have a whole library of things that I was able to download for free as well from them, okay? A bunch of other things all in one, and I can use any of that stuff. Now, they also, of course, have things that you pay for that are for sale. The Hans Zimmer percussion. You don't know anything about Hans Zimmer? I beseech you to look him up online. And his very famous composer created a lot of different scores they call it scores, right? For the soundtracks for the movies, for so many different movies, well-known, famous, popular movies. All right. And on top of it, have you ever heard of Masterclass? So Masterclass is like $100. It costs like $100. I can for $100, and I actually had it for a while. Somebody actually bought it as a gift for me. I was going to pay for it myself, and they did. But anyway, there's for $100. Anybody on Masterclass for anything when it comes to creating music, composing music, cooking, this, that, and the other, comedy, you name it. They've got Hans Zimmer on Masterclass. So for $100, I can have access to any one of those teachers in any one of those classes. And particularly, I want the music one, right? So Hans Zimmer and another composer, who does hip hop, but this idea of being able to compose. Okay, I can learn from anyone who is a composer. Okay, Gordon Ramsay for cooking. Comedian Steve, what's his name? We know him, used to be on Saturday Night Live. For comedy. Okay, yeah, the blonde-haired guy. You know what I'm talking about? All right, his last name is escaping me right now. All right, but Masterclass is another thing that I could go to. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and I'm going to bring that up. So the point of what I'm saying here partially is the following, okay? That I'm adding to that one piece that I just played for you. Let's go and play that again from having heard the, let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. Okay, I can bring that up anytime I want. But this piece right here, okay? All right, so just from having listened, believe it or not, to a country song, I end up coming up with this classical piece, piano piece. All right? Play it again real quick. All right, so I had to mute my mic and I hit, be doggone. I hit the Windows key again. Here, Windows key, see? The Alt, I got my shortcut key, Alt, right next to the Windows key. The Alt mutes the mic, okay? Then I have to hit it again to unmute. Okay, so now listen to the George Jones country song. Who would have thought, well, you're going to come out with this classical piano piece? But if you stop to think and you listen to the George Jones song, it's a sad song, right? Now you listen to my piece and you can hear what? I hear also the same kind of sad, melancholy sound to it, okay? Now, so let's go ahead, and I want to show you Masterclass by what I'm talking about with Masterclass. If you haven't looked at that, looked that up too. So let's go ahead and see this here. Here. All right, so let me go ahead and I got to figure out a way to. Okay, let's bring this up again. Okay. Like that right now. So now, I'll add something to that effect. Okay, so I'm live, so I'm not really concerned about if I'm playing perfect or not. Let's try this though.
Step right up.
Okay, okay. George Jones is gonna add some classical piano to his song here. Let's go ahead and mute his track. So let's see how loud this is gonna be, man. All right, hold on. All right, see, I'm gonna mute my mic on my. Yeah, hit it again. All right. Okay, what's going on here? Bear with me. This is the problem about that. I'm going to have to. So what I'm trying to say is I'm attempting to add, right, more tracks to this. So what do you think, right? I think the strings are going to go good with it myself, all right? Of course, I don't want to copy it. I don't want to do the same exact playing that the piano is doing. You just want to kind of just season it, So let the piano play. Just season it. Just a little bit of flavor, but let's try this again. Let's try this again here. Okay, try it one more time. Don't want to do it the exact same time that does. Try that again. So, all right, here we go. One more time. So just kind of season it, like let it play, then after it plays all the way through. Kind of just echo it. So right when it goes into, right here. Okay, hold on. Right here. All right, right here. If I can do it right. Okay, so one more time. So don't want to do it the same exact time as doing it. Want to be able to hear the instruments distinct from each other, and so I don't want to. So I want the piano piece to. I do want the piano piece to stand out, right? But then you want to give it room to breathe, so let it do its thing, and then. So da 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 da. Then you add it in there. Then throw it in there because the piano piece is already played. And the one thing that I learned is separate the tracks. Let the piano piece play, and just kind of season it, underline it a little bit, and don't crowded space, right? Because if you play an exact same melodies, and particularly if they're the same frequencies, what happens is what they say in science that the two pieces of matter trying to occupy the same space in the same time cancel each other out. So you don't want to do that. You want everything to be able to stand separate from each other, distinct from each other in the arrangement, give things room to breathe from each other. So anyway, if any of you are out there composing and attempting to compose, hopefully you'll take something from this and it'll help you out. Now, this is not just going to my Facebook personal profile page, which is not about strictly about music, but it's also going to my YouTube page. Okay, now my Facebook page I use for whatever I'm going to use it for, which is the things I'm interested in, music and other things, of course. But my YouTube channel, did I say YouTube page? My YouTube channel is about, in this particular YouTube channel this is going to, is about music. So those watching my YouTube channel, hopefully you're gaining something from this. And I want to see also, do I have anyone commenting here at all whatsoever? Let's see. I'm going to say greetings, folks. I've got nobody so far making any comments. All right, so, okay, so what else am I trying to say? Now, okay, so if you go to Spitfire Audio, I've got to show you Masterclass. You can go on there and they have these free downloads. There's things on there you can pay for as well. The Hans Zimmer percussion is a bit pricey. I think it's like $700 something. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. It's pricey though. Go ahead and check it out. As a matter of fact, let's see what. Let's see. Let's go ahead and type this in. Price. Okay, let's say price of Hans Zimmer. Oh, doggone it! Hans Zimmer, Spitfire Audio. Let's just see what the cost of that is. All right, Hans Zimmer Spitfire Audio. Okay, so it's not $700. It's $239. All right, it's actually $399. I think they got it on sale for $239. So okay, that's not $750. But now let's take a look at Masterclass. Okay, let's take a look at Masterclass. All right, so here we have Masterclass. Here it is right here. All right, and so these are all the people and all the things that they have. Kardashians, excuse you, me, keep going. Okay, but we have Gordon Ramsay. We have a guy here for science. We have a guy, the guy for business is a guy, is he the guy who created Virgin Airlines and Mobile and whatever. Got Mariah Carey, she was on his record label. I do believe. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you got Samuel L. Jackson for acting, and so I think for $100 you can actually have access to every one of these people. Let's go back. Okay, so doggone it anyway. Let's go here, and so you have 150 instructors. Okay, they're 30-day sessions. Now an annual membership. It's annual membership. If you pay for them one at a time, it's going to be pricey. I think if you pay one lump sum, you're going to have because you pay for one at a time, you're only going to get access to that person that you paid for to learn from, right? But if you pay like the lump sum, I think it was like $100, you can have access to all of them. At least that's what it was, okay, a while back. So let's go here. All right, so individual, duo, family, one account, one device. Okay, well, that doesn't help me out now. Monthly bill, okay, monthly price billed annually, $15, sure, okay. Family, one account, 6 devices. I'm only going to use one device, so let's go ahead and go there. But the thing of it is like all 180 plus classes, 11 categories. You do get all that. Download for online viewing. You can continue. All right, so let's see what happens. I'm going to keep on going. It's going to probably ask me to pay for it now. Okay, so I want to say all categories, search. All right, so let's say all categories. Okay, let's go here to music in this case, but it's like $150, and that's what they said, $15 a month, and 115 times 10 is 150, and then 15 and 15, 30, $180 a month for 180 180 classes? Okay, so here we go. Let's see, go to Hans Zimmer. Should have Hans Zimmer on here. Got Carlos Santana. Zimbalon. This is the guy I wanted to also take his class. We could take it with Carlos Santana. Can take it with Hans Zimmer. This is the first person I learned about masterclass was Hans Zimmer. All right, you can do all these things, all these guys, all these Ringo Starr, Mariah Carey. Okay, but let's say you want to do all categories. Let's go back to pricing again. View the plans. All right, real quick, view the plans. Jerry, who is the comedian? Not Jerry, Steve. Doggone, I just seen his face on here. So anyways, all 180 classes from 11 categories, okay? Access to sessions by masterclass, learn by doing it in just 30 days. Watch on your computer, TV, phone, or tablet. Bonus class guides and content. And so I get access to all 11 categories of whatever they are. There's going to be music, cooking, this, that, and the other. We've seen it right here. Let's go ahead and all classes. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so anyway, the price is $15 a month, and its monthly price is $15 a month. Let's choose that and build annually. I don't know if it's going to try to charge me. It comes down to $15 a month, but if they bill it annually and not monthly, it's going to cost $180 lump sum. Anyway, guys, let's go to all classes, business. Let's go to arts and entertainment. Jesus, how about comedy? Comedy. I'm going to look at comedy. Jesus, man. There's got Steve Martin. Steve Martin is who I was trying to think of. Okay, so you got Gordon Ramsay for cooking. You've got all these wonderful things and I think it's $180. So I guess they raised their prices since last time I knew, and I think it was $100 for everything at the time. But hey, still I think if they bill individually, if you do it individually, it actually is a lot better for if you do it with let's do doggone it anyway. Let's take a look again at arts and entertainment or music. Okay, let's go to music. It's $15 a month, billed annually, but once again, I get 180 classes, all, okay, go back. Help me out here. Okay, 180 plus classes, original series across 11 categories. It's not, I don't think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 different instructors. So when they say 180 plus classes and original series across 11 categories, what they mean by the categories obviously are not just music, but everything. Okay? Design and style, arts and entertainment, music, business, sports and gaming, writing, science and tech, home and lifestyle, community and government, wellness. So I guess that's 11 categories, right? Food, right? Mention that. So you get access for the, it used to be like, well, when they first came out with this, it was you pay for each instructor that you want to learn from individually, right? Then at the same time, they also added, like, if you want access to the whole program, instead of just paying, I think it was $25, right? $25, $50, whatever, for one instructor. If you pay $100, now you can have access to everyone in all categories. Oh, well, I'm going to take that one for $100, right? That way I can have access to all the instructors in music, plus all the instructors, not just a couple or a few, but all the instructors in every category. Now it's $180, but that's, one more time, $180 for one device, okay? This is, if you view the plan, right? So I say I want to use this on my phone and my tablet as well. All right, now watch me. So one device, 2 devices is $20. All right, 6 devices is 23. So if I have 3 devices, I'm gonna use on my computer and my phone and my laptop. I'm gonna have to get the family one for 6 devices, although I'm gonna only use 3 devices and pay $23 a month. Add that up annually. That's $230 plus 20 and 40 is $270, right? Or 2 devices is $240 for the whole year. $240 for the whole year to be able to do it with my computer and say my tablet, all right, not my phone. Or $15 a month or $180 a year for just my computer. Well, I'm not going to use that stuff on my phone. I'm not going to attempt in this category, in this case, try to make music with my phone or my tablet, though I have done so before with, well, as you see here, this is my recording software, right? I also have recordings apps. That it's not software on your phone or device, it's apps. I have the same difference, that's the same difference of a DAW on my phone and my tablet. And the name of that app is Audio Evolution. I have created music, short pieces, using my phone and my tablet. Now, when it comes to really, truly composing and really creating music, okay, of the best caliber and best quality, I'll come down here to my little studio and I'll use my gear, my instruments, what have you, down here when it comes to getting serious. All right, as you see that I got here, for instance. All right, so is there anything else that I wanted to mention? I think this is it, and I don't see any lag on my video, so this is great. The Restream, they have Restream YouTube. Okay, so I'm using OBS software, as you're going to notice right here. Here's OBS software, okay? Here's OBS, that's OBS software. And what is this? This is really right here is my Restream, okay? I didn't want to do that. My Restream, if you can see that right here, I can enlarge that window, and that is my online Restream account, okay? That's where I go in and I determine where my stream is going to go to and add my description and all these other things. I can make that bigger. It's got my user interface in there. In other words, I just made it shorter so I could see the chat platform, and that was it. Okay, but what I'm saying is it's looking pretty blessed good. The live, it says, is actually fair. bitrate setting is out of recommended for Facebook. Set bitrate value less than 1,000. Oh, well, the thing of it is guess what? I'm not seeing any lag here. I went to Restream YouTube and said, why is this thing lagging? Okay, so I don't see any lag in this video, and hopefully I'm not going to have any. And I actually might be lagging a little bit. I'm not sure. But after I'm done, I'm going to check out the video, and I'm going to see if it's lagging. But right now, it doesn't seem like it is. Now, it tells me here, though, that my bit rate is a little too high for Facebook. All right. And I should actually set it down to 1,000 kilobytes per second. And I actually have it at 2,500 kilobytes per second. So they're telling me it's too high. Well, let's see here. If this video turns out, like when I'm done, it seems like the live stream is good and everything. I think this is better than fair, and it should work okay. All right, guys, that's it. So hopefully, as I'm doing this, I'm also troubleshooting to try to make sure that my video live stream, and then when it's done live streaming, the video, both, okay, there's no lag in them, okay? So if there's no lag in the live stream, there's not going to be any lag once it's done, and then it just becomes video online. All right, so I'm working on all those things. There's a lot going on here. Yes, I'm my own technician. I'm my own everything here in the studio. And I just want to say cheers. Don't forget your coffee, okay? Friends, don't let friends drink coffee alone. There you go. That's it. This is Jimmy. By the way, today's date is the 2nd of January. Remember to update your dating of the calendar. So 2023, I've already said last year, and I was referring to 2021, and I caught myself. I was like, wait a second. Last year is now 2022, since we're now into 2023. So the year before last, okay. And I meant to call a friend of mine and tell him on New Year's Eve, hey man, and when I got through talking to him, he goes, okay, I'll see you next year, man. And see if he would have caught on, So anyway, I didn't get a chance to pull that. I didn't get a chance to pull that on anyone, but I forgot to call him. So 2023, 2nd of January, 2023, Monday, and the time is, oh my goodness, already. It is 1800 hours and 19 minutes. Military time, aka 6 p.m., 6:19 p.m. Central Standard Chicagoland time, okay? And that would be, not only that, that's going to be 8 a.m., okay, 0800 hours and 19 minutes, okay, Tuesday morning in South Korea, just to let you know, all right? Anyway, that's it. I'm done here. This is Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in. Lord Jesus bless you. Sayonara. Anigashipsyo. Hasta la bye-bye. I salute you. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm out of here. Catch you on the flip side. I'm out of here. You know what I mean, but not really. Still here. All right. Cheers. God bless. Thank you for tuning in.